So somebody sent me this. Who sent me this? Whiskey Will. He says San Antonio Spurs arena deal is causing major fighting in the city. Then he tagged me in it. Let me take a look at this. What is this? Who is this guy? Do you guys know who this is? Can someone tell me? He's David Samson. Wait. That name sounds familiar. Who is David Samson? Billionaires holding hands with other billionaires. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Mark Cuban, man. Let me look at this. Yeah, we went over that. Yeah, he is going to take a look at the Brunson stuff. All right, let's see what this video is.
Calling in from Omaha, Nebraska. As the king of stadium development and just all land development related to sports, what are your thoughts on the San Antonio Spurs stadium development? Because boy, oh boy, there seems to be a lot of pushback. Thanks. Love your show.
Thank you for loving the show. Thank you for that accolade. I really have never considered myself the king of anything other than, you know, bowel disorders. But I appreciate that you say I'm the king of...
Ew. Okay.
Stadium development, which I'm not, but I'll take it. Now, you mentioned San Antonio. My question for you, my fine fellow, I was going to say my fine friend. You're not my friend. I'm not your friend. I don't even know who you are. You didn't even leave your name, but you're from Omaha. Asking about San Antonio.
Imagine being from Omaha, Nebraska. Poor guy.
Texas. Love that. Are you aware of what I was doing about 20 years ago in San Antonio, Texas? Is that why you asked the question? Are you aware that I flew to San Antonio, Texas to meet with our old friend Nelson Wolf? There's a name I haven't thought about in a long time.
Yeah, I know. Volume's really low. It actually isn't me. I have everything turned up to the max. I don't think this does anything. I think all this does is make it where I can hear it better. Let me see.
As we wanted to move.
That doesn't help it for you guys. Yeah, I actually don't know. I'm sorry. It's not me. It's his video.
The Marlins to San Antonio. Wink, wink. Never going to happen because we were trying to get a ballpark and we couldn't get a ballpark. So we had to pretend we were relocating and we went to Vegas, San Antonio, Portland. Anyone? Bueller? Do you remember when we did a financing?
Dude, where we... I'm speeding this up.
Plan with San Antonio of how they were going to build a ballpark? Well, they're trying to build a new arena there, and it's something. Now, let me explain what San Antonio is willing to do. They are trying to figure out how to get $800 million in public money to help pay toward a $1.3 billion Spurs arena. Now, the Spurs, as you may remember, are putting together quite a team that they're trying to get their next dynasty. The Spurs have been, I don't know, Coca, next to the Lakers and Bulls. I would have to say the Spurs are the most successful franchise in the last 50 years. That is quite a statement I'm making, but I'm going to have to say under Popovich, with the number of titles they've won.
He's not wrong. Like, the San Antonio Spurs from the beginning of time has been a winning franchise. They just couldn't get over the hump. But as far as, like, win percentage, they've always been successful, even before Popovich. And I guess it depends on what you consider success. But if you look at us compared to our peers and other teams around the league, we're definitely, like, leagues above, like, multitude of franchises.
I don't know what Jordan's Bulls, Jackson and Riley's Lakers. It's not the Heat. The Heat have, what do they have, 3 rings? The Heat are in the conversation, but San Antonio is way more successful, and now they've been down.
They got 3? Oh, did they only won 2 with LeBron, didn't they? Yeah, they only won 2 with LeBron.
But Wembanyama, they've got a new coach. Wembanyama, this is their moment.
Who
They need
is
a new
this?
arena.
I don't know.
And they're trying to get $800 million. So what you do when you're trying to get public money is you got to figure out the system that you're going to use to get it. And very often you use these zones, these special zones that I used to call the BFZs. The BFZs are the but-for zones. And it's always the worst argument, but I would make it with such conviction. And I would say, But for the Marlins Park in this area, there'd be nobody here. There'd be no tax revenue generated. So do me a favor, draw a line around Marlins Park, extend it out a couple blocks for any sort of expansion, and let us take all the revenue, tax revenue that's generated to the municipality and use it to help me build the ballpark. Because, but for the ballpark, you wouldn't have tax revenue. Think about the insanity.
Okay, I think we need more context. I need to know who this is. David Samson, 41,000 subscribers. All right, let's see here. All right, this is him. What is this? All right, so he is former president of the Miami Marlins. What's the Marlins? Is that like a baseball team? I don't watch baseball. What is this? This is on Reddit. Hold on. What the heck? David Samson. David Samson sat 9 hours of Montreal Expos doc interview without realizing he was the villain. It was not until the week when the series was announced, Samson said Thursday on Dan Le Batard show that he realized he was likely to be the villain of the documentary. When they said, "We'll come to your house," I thought, Samson laughed. Then it was 9 hours long, and I thought to myself, what's this about again? And I don't know the title until yesterday, and it's called Who Killed the Montreal Expos? So I had to call my agent, I had to call my lawyer, I had to call my kids, and I said, I may have made a mistake. Somehow David Samson still agreed to participate in the Netflix doc. He was in a Netflix documentary. Who is this guy? Getting David Samson to talk on camera for 9 hours, I imagine, is shockingly easy. Just ask him about all the trades he won. Just ask him about someone he fired, or how funny Bob Ross dying was, and he'll give you a solid couple hours. I have no idea who this is. Questionable character, maybe? I don't know. I guess I don't have a strong opinion. All right, well, we know that he's successful in the world of baseball. So, random guy giving his thoughts on the stadium in San Antonio.
The argument. People wake up on a Saturday and say, I'm going to the ball game. If there were no ballpark there, they'd wake up on a Saturday morning and say, I'm going back to sleep. That's the theory. The theory is that, but for the ballpark, the people who are spending money in the ballpark area on a game or a hot dog or a piece of merch would take that money, stuff it under their mattress, and not spend it on anything else. But every time someone brought up that argument to me, I would ignore it. I would talk right over it, right through it, and I would say, what do you mean? You're going to compare someone going to a game, going to a movie? Or someone going to a game, going out and buying something from a retail shop? Forget it. If someone's not going to a game, your community is losing out because they're just going to do nothing, and frankly, no one's going to want to visit your town. No one's going to want to move their business to your town if they can't wake up on a Saturday and go to a ballpark. That was always the argument we would use. So, you've got those zones. You also have other stuff that San Antonio.
What is this? Lawyer. Okay, this is the wrong person. Okay. I was about to say, because I looked up David Samson, some controversy, and this is not the same person. This is apparently a lawyer, because I was like, this is some serious stuff, but this guy was born in 1939. This guy's not, come on. Let's see. Controversies, criticism about David Samson. Nepotism. He is the stepson of Jeffrey Loria, former owner of the Expos Marlins, and some believe his rise in baseball was helped significantly by family connections, team financial operational decisions. During his time with the Marlins, his handling of payroll, financial decisions, stadium deals, and fire sales were often unpopular with fans and subject to criticism. Since moving into the media, some of his commentary has been divisive. People critique that he can be defensive, or that he takes strong stances that some believe favor ownership, management. Obviously, okay. All right. I could have guessed some of this. Um, just being an executive, but he speaks like Ben Shapiro. Well, he sounds like Ben Shapiro because I got him on like 1.25 speed. So
looking at that other teams, San Antonio is doing nothing here, my fine acquaintance, that other cities.
he's not as condescending.
The old venue tax. That's my favorite. I love that for sure. It's some people call it a ticket tax. A venue tax is a tax that people who attend the venue are paying on certain things. When you look at your ticket price as an example, we give you an all-in price. We don't tell you what is allocated toward food, what's allocated towards a tax revenue stream. When we were threatened by Miami-Dade County, how about a ticket tax? We would say, hey, if we could charge more money for tickets, we would. Believe you me. A ticket tax is taking money away from us that we need to keep a competitive team. Venue taxes are very similar. The question is always asked, is money going to be used for renovation? We've covered this on Nothing Personal. Or is money going to be used for a brand new arena? And then the question is money going to come from a county like in San Antonio and from the city of San Antonio? And can it be done without a vote? That is critical. You do not want a public vote. The city of San Antonio has come forward and said, hey, we could give you about $500 million. And guess what? We don't need a public vote. That is a huge bit of news.
Okay, I guess he's saying from the perspective of the EZEX. Why would you not want a public vote? I think you should have a public vote. Okay.
The question is, will a financing plan come together in San Antonio? Will they put together the county, the city, and the team in a relationship where everyone is a go?
I think so.
We had the county of Miami-Dade, we had the city of Miami, and the team. We had to get those three partners together, and it took, wait for it, it took 7 years of negotiating in order to make those 3 legs of a tripod all buttress Marlins Park. And guess what? Marlins Park, here we are 10 years later, and they've still got issues unresolved that are unresolved because I didn't resolve them. For all the people watching in Florida right now, used to be a big number, but now that the show has grown, the percentage of people in Florida has shrunk, which the math makes sense. But you're going to be hearing much more about Marlins Park and the arguments that are going to take place between the public and the private as they try to figure out how to maintain Marlins Park going forward, because yours truly did not put in the agreement, which is public and available right behind me or on a computer near you. If you've got the Wi-Fi and ability to download, you'll see that there's certain things that are left out of stadium agreements. It's called keeping something silent. It's called we'll worry about it later. What you can't worry about later, and what San Antonio realizes, is he can't worry about the initial cost of construction. That is, at the end of the day, all you really need to solve for. The rest can take care of itself, though you don't want it to be that way, but it can. It's like, again, Coca, it's like your own life. There are many things that you can blow off, procrastinate until they disappear, but there's certain things that if you don't take care of right now, it's acute and it becomes worse. Think of it like a staph infection.
It looks like it seems like he's narrativizing just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's a high probability of them saying no. That's why they don't want to vote. Yeah. I mean, I think you should have a public vote, regardless. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll let it finish.
That is what it is to put together a stadium deal. And we'll see what's going to happen here, whether or not there is this tax increment reinvestment zone in San Antonio, whether they figure out the venue tax, whether there will be a continued state-sanctioned tax zone, all of which throws in money into the pot, and that money is used to pay the debt service on bonds, meaning you go to a bank or you go to the public, but for purpose of this discussion, don't worry about it, and you say, I need to borrow $1 billion. Oh, that'll cost me $100 million per year? That's 10%, man. That's way too high. But just easy math. How am I going to get that money? All you're doing is math constantly when you're doing a stadium deal. When you're developing the deal and you're doing construction documents and you're figuring out what's going to go on around the ballpark, how you're going to hit your projections, that's different than how you're going to finance the construction. 2 different things. Remember I told you earlier in the show what a president of a team does? Many different things. Getting a ballpark done involves many different aspects, from speaking to a clubby about where the bathroom should be in the clubhouse, to speaking to your head of human resources about how the offices should be laid out in the ballpark, to speaking with your finance people about how you're going to pay for your part of the.
Anyways, okay. Yeah, that was definitely executive standpoint. But at the end of the day, I think that's a fine perspective for him to have. I mean, I don't have anything against this video, really. I just thought it was a little narrativizing-y. But then again, I don't really know anything about David Samson other than what we just read. Just some of those controversies. But, I mean, this is fine, I guess. I don't know. I really hope that the arena deal does get done. But at the same time, you know, most of the people that talked about this, and I went over this before, but most of the people that talked about this, that the discourse, which you should not be looking up discourse on anything through Twitter, it seems like. But it's a lot of people like calling the mayor like names out of her name, calling her certain stuff, just saying she's dumb, and it's like, no, I feel like there's more nuance to all of this. I'm sure there's more to it, and everything that he explained is some things like, yeah, I didn't really think about this, like the venue tax, for instance. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. The fact that he said it took 7 years and then it's still like messed up is crazy. So I think it is good to take your time a little bit. Not 7 years. Geez, not 7 years, but just make sure everything's good. He funded the Miami Marlins baseball park and used mostly city funds. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Okay, so that's where the controversy comes in. Let me look up this Netflix. David Samson, Netflix. Oh, this was literally a couple days ago? Was this just... Looks like this might have just been uploaded to... Oh, no. The documentary premieres October 21st. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll know more about him October 21st. But thanks for sending it over to me. I really appreciate it. And if you guys got anything that you want to show me, you just let me know. Just hit me up, okay? We'll take a look at it. But the whole situation with the stadium, I hope it's done soon. I hope that they can figure it out, you know. I really do want to visit in the next coming years, you know. I really do, because as it stands right now, like, some people have like got mad at me for saying this, but how it stands right now, bro, like, the stadium is not that impressive right now. Like, the San Antonio Spurs stadium is just not that impressive. Not only is the location not like that great, I've been to multitude of stadiums and arenas in the NBA, and San Antonio continuously like is one of my least favorite. Stadium sucks for show. It's not that great, bro. It's not that great. Concerts at the new stadium in downtown San Antonio will be the next level for sure. It's gonna be insane. Yeah, because I'm like, this is in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. It's just, it's not better. Like, I've been to so many other ones. Every single one was better. Atlanta was better. Memphis Grizzlies one was better, right? I think I went to the Dallas one. Pretty sure I went to a Charlotte one. But every time I go to a different stadium, it's better than San Antonio's, you know? And I really hate that. Is it the end of the world? No. Like, as long as you're with Spurs fans, you're enjoying the game. And the ticket prices aren't too bad, but they're about to be really bad. You know, you're going to have a good time. But, nah, man. Nah, if you're going to pay a certain amount for tickets, see, you want the best possible venue you can get. You know what I mean? So, hopefully it gets straightened out. I've had season tickets for years and really enjoy it. No, I'm sure it's fun. Like, I'm sure it's fun to be able to go to all these games and stuff. Like, I would go. If I was in San Antonio, I would go. Like, it's not like I would be like, I wish my stadium was better. I'm not going to go. I'll just stay at home. Like, I'll go. I'll go watch the games. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just, compared to our peers here, like we're it's not as good, y'all. You know, it could be much better. Residents are pissed because the stadium never delivered in picking the area up, which was low income, high crime for years. Well, I don't think that would just fix that. It'll take more than that. Bro, the Frost Bank was deafening at the UFC event that just finished. Oh, I believe you. Fans can make it work. I'm just saying the stadium as a whole is not that great. $300 a month, middle of the arena, like 2 games a month. Oh, are you saying that's how often you go? Or only worst ones I've been to is the Bulls and Pacers stadium? I've never been to the Bulls and Pacers one. I hate that they did that one game at the Alamo Dome and the Spurs got their butts whooped. I really hate that. I mean, we saw it coming, but it was such a cool game to watch, but for a weekend package. Yeah. What's really unfortunate is all the controversy with the Clippers, and they literally have the best stadium in the NBA. Wait, they didn't open that yet, did they? That's not a thing yet, right? That'll be, is that next season? Or did they already when are they they didn't play games in there yet, did they? Or have they been playing games in there already? Oh, they were playing it now? Okay. Yeah, that stadium's gorgeous, bro. This is top notch right here. Like, this is what I'm hoping the Spurs can do. Like, it's crazy, insane. Should be pretty nice. Anyways, let's hope things figure out. I just wanted to show you his take on it. All right, especially since someone sent it to me. So there's that. And like always, man, like I always say, guys, shout out to today's sponsor. Go check out Sleeper. It's a app full of different news, community as far as San Antonio Spurs and any NBA team. Leave my link or use my link below. Code CLAN. Okay, use that link. It help your boy out. It helps your boy out. So, anyways, use that promo code and use that link in the description.